Hello world, Shelly here, and today I've got my August favorites and fails. Like every month, where the heck did August go? I have no idea, but we are going to get into some favorites and fails, starting out with this t-shirt, because I love it! I've been bleach tie-dyeing everything. If any of you would be interested in seeing how to do it, it is super easy, and let me know in the comments down below, and maybe I'll do a video on it if anyone is into that kind of thing. But I've been just bleach tie-dyeing everything, and it's just, I love it, and I'm going crazy. So let's get into some makeup-y things, shall we? First favorite of the month. You guys saw this in my video demoing them. They are the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow stencils. I find that they're, in my case, perfect for when I want to have a nice bold brow, like I'm doing a full face, that kind of thing. I really like them. They're helping me to sort of learn how to manage my arch of my brow, which I don't naturally have very much of one, but I want one, so these are very helpful. I will link that video down below if you missed it. I'm thoroughly enjoying these. Next up is a new blush favorite from Becca. This is the Mineral Blush, and I've got it in the shade Flower Child, and it is just a super nice sort of pinky pale. If I blend it out, you'll see it's just nice. It's subtle enough to look natural. The formula is super, super smooth. It is not shimmery, so you don't get any kind of glimmer, but it has just a nice natural glow to it. I'm really enjoying this. If you're not good at blush, it goes on very soft and buildably, so it's hard to go overboard because it's really easy to work with, and I love it. Speaking of blush, I have a new blush brush favorite. This came in my last BoxyCharm. It is the Pointed Blush Brush from Motopro. This is a Royal & Langnickel brand, and these are part of a set that are coming out in the fall of 2017 this year, and so it was an early release on BoxyCharm. I think you can get them now. If not, they should be sometime in September, but I like a few things about this. The handle, it's this sort of grippy texture, and it feels really nice in the hand. My favorite thing is the brush itself, how it comes to a point. It is super, super soft. It really reminds me a lot of the Kat Von D powder setting brush, because that's super, super soft, very flexible. Because of that, it does an amazing job at blending things out, and the shape is really good, especially if you have like an awkward face shape. So I have like a round face, not round this way, but round this way, and kind of finding the right place to put my blush is tough because I don't have a natural apple of my cheek. My whole cheek is an apple, like poof, apple. So I'm really liking this brush. It is helping me out quite a bit, and I still always think I don't know what I'm doing with blush, but at least I think I'm getting closer with this brush. I got one more cheek product, so might as well tell you now. This is from Laura Geller. It is so pretty. It is the Gelato Swirl, the Baked Gelato Swirl Illuminator, and this is like, it's the shade Diamond Dust, and it's this pearlescent, here, let me swatch it. So it's this sort of pearly, it's so pretty. It's a pinkish violet shift. I'm wearing it today. On the cheeks, with a soft hand, you don't have to have it go bling, bling, bling. It doesn't have to be like super in your face. It can be sort of this delicate look to it, but as I swatched it here, go in with a heavier hand and you are going to get a poppin' highlight like to the moon. And it's so pretty to look at. Like, do you see the texture in here? I nerd out every time I see this. It's so pretty. I'm thoroughly enjoying this. I picked this up. It was one of those like platinum flash sales, half off on Ulta's website, and I do not regret it in a heartbeat. I would pay full price for this. I love it. Let's talk eyes and my first fail. This is the Maybelline Master Camo Color Corrector. I did a review in 5 on this. It was meh when I reviewed it. I've tried it quite a few times after, probably 7 or 8 times now. And here's the thing. On me, it doesn't fully counteract the purple of my dark circles. But the bigger problem is that if I try to build it up anymore, so in that video I used a sponge to blend it out, and I didn't feel like I had enough product to make a really big difference. I could see a little bit of a difference versus not using it, but even on camera, a lot of you guys in the comments said you could barely see the difference or you couldn't see it at all, and it was so minimal I could barely see it in real life. So when I tried it again in the future, I was building it up more heavily and using a brush to blend it out, so it was thicker. And it lays nicely underneath product, but the problem then was that a few hours into the day, it would sort of like, I don't want to say it was bleeding through the concealer. It wasn't bleeding through, but it was almost, if I had to describe it, it was almost like it was oxidizing under the concealer and getting darker, so I could see where it was. Like I could see that I had product underneath my concealer, and it just did not work out for me. I could not get it to work to save my life. So Master Camo in Apricot, you are a fail. If you have good luck with any of these products that I don't like, please keep using them. Everything works differently on all different skin types and skin tones and body chemistries, and there's no one product that's going to work for everybody or not work for everybody. So by all means, if you love it, keep on loving it. I'm actually very happy for you because I wish I loved everything. I do. I really do. Sticking with the eye theme, I have another fail. I have some fails this month, you know? This came from CVS. They have a lot of new Korean beauty skincare items, and this is from Sally's Box. It's the Friendly Collagen Eye Patch. And I love me a good eye patch. My under eyes are super dry and I have dark circles, craziness. I could use lots of help under there. These things were so thick, you could not sit upright with them on your face. You basically had to lay down. I was even laying in a recliner and they were still sliding down my face. You had to be horizontal and not moving if you wanted them to stay on your face. And that's not how I do masking. When I do any kind of mask, I put the mask on and then I, fold laundry or something. Like, I don't sit still. So I get that maybe some people have 25 minutes, just lay there and stare at the ceiling. If you do, you might enjoy these. I don't have that inclination. I could find the time if I wanted to, but if I'm just laying there staring at the ceiling, I feel like I should be doing something. So these, for that reason, did not work out for me. They also, they weren't bad. When I was done with them, my under eye felt fine, but it probably felt fine before I put them on. I didn't notice a huge difference in the moisturization or the fullness or the lines or anything really under my eye. So I'm calling these a fail. They did nothing for me and they were hard to wear. Another fail for the eyes. I've had this for quite a while. It is the MAC Super Slick Liquid Eyeliner, and I really thought I would like it because I like the tip. It is very, very fine, very precise. The formula, if you have really smooth eyes, I think you could like this formula. But the problem is, if you've got any kind of aging going on, any crepiness, any lines on your lids, it's really tough to get it to lay down a straight line, especially if you're trying to do a wing with it. And I don't want to work that hard. There are other products that work much more simply and easily on my kind of starting to age eyes. So it's just not worth the trouble. And it was too expensive for me to give it a pass. So no, MAC, this is a fail. Next, a mascara. I tried to love this. I'm really, really picky with my mascara. So this one did not work for me. It is the Essence I Love Extreme Volume. I know several of the YouTubers that I watch really love this. And I just could not make it work for me. I don't get enough volume from it, and it's kind of clumpy, and I don't like the stuck together lashes that stick out like spiders, and that's what it did on my lashes. But again, I have very, very difficult eyelashes that do not like to cooperate. So if you love this, keep on loving it. Heck, for the price, it's really inexpensive. I would say try it out because a lot of people do love it. I couldn't make it work for me, but that doesn't mean it won't work for you. I have really difficult straight lashes, and it did not work. So let's move to lips, shall we? A favorite from e.l.f. Drugstore. This is, I can't stand how e.l.f. does not put names of anything on anything. Why? Put the name on it. Why? I don't know. I don't know what it is. I do know. It's a lip exfoliator. It's in that cherry flavor, and it looks like a lipstick, but it's actually like sugar granules in there, and you rub it on like a lipstick and then just rub your lips together and it exfoliates. And the reason I like it is it's a lot less messy than like the sugar scrubs that come in the little tubs. And I have some sugar scrubs that I really like, but they're messy. They get all over the place. They fall off my lips. This is not messy, and it seems to do the trick just fine. And the cherry one tastes pretty good. So, love it. A fragrance favorite, I got a sample of the Kat Von D Saint perfume from her new Saint and Sinner duo, and I really like it. I have a feeling I would like Sinner better. I haven't smelled it yet, just from what this smells like. I really do like it. I'm a very picky person when it comes to fragrances. I have only had one other fragrance in my favorites since February 2016 when I started this channel, and that was the Juliet Has a Gun Not a Perfume, which I bought the full size of. It's very expensive, but it's very delicious. I'm going to use this sample, and then I'm going to go smell Sinner and see if I like it better than this one, and whichever one I like better, I'm going to buy the full size of, because the bottles are gorgeous. Part of me really enjoys packaging too, so if you can put like a beautiful thing on your vanity that every time you look at it, you're going to smile and feel happy, like that has some value to me as well. So I'm going to use this up. I'm really enjoying it. It's a, how would I describe it? I'm really bad at this. It's bright, slightly floral without being that, like, truckload of flowers just smacked you in the face. Why would a truck smack you? I don't know what I'm saying. It has like this, at the very tail end, I have a flashback to the Jovan White Musk days, but it's not musky. It's lighter than a musk. So that's just where it hits me in the feels, I think, and I like it. So that's my plan for the Kat Von D fragrances. They are vegan, and that is a remarkable thing, apparently, in the fragrance world. Cruelty-free, of course, as everything she does is. So check them out if you're a perfume liker, especially if you have a sensitive nose for perfumes and you don't like a lot of things. I really do like it. Next up, I have had these for some time, and I just started using them again, and it's the Skindinavia Primer Spray and Setting Spray. I don't always use the primer spray, but I do use the setting spray, and they work great together, but they also can work separately. And Skindinavia is the company that makes the Urban Decay setting sprays as well, but I really like the sprayer on this, and I don't know what it is that I'm reaching for this more than I reach for my Urban Decay All-Nighter. And I love the Urban Decay All-Nighter, but something about these, I'm just reaching for them more. I think I like the sprayer better, and they work really well, and I'm enjoying them. So I'm going to throw them in my favorites because I've been reaching for them just about every day in the past month or so, and I'm going to wrap up with a few eyeshadow palettes. I've now got both the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye Contour Palette and the Shade and Light Glimmer Eye Contour Palette, and I love them. Now, the Glimmer palette, it's really just the same as the Shade and Light Eye, but in Glimmer, and a couple of these are like top coat kind of glimmery things. Does everyone on the planet need this? Absolutely not. But if you love the matte Shade and Light Contour Palette for the eyes, I would say you might like the Glimmer, because what I find is that you can take a nice basic neutral look that you made with the mattes and like pop it. Give it that nighttime sparkle. Give it that just a little bit of oomph. I like a little bit of oomph most days. Like, I rarely wear totally basic, so I'm enjoying it. They go great together, and it just gives me more options for neutral looks that aren't boring or flat. I just really like it. Another palette I have been reaching for far more than I expected. This could have been in an anti-haul. I was not going to buy this. It is the Too Faced Natural Love palette, and I'm just reaching for it all the time. And not for my, glammy, glitzy looks, but for my everyday go-to-work kind of looks. There's so much you can do in here that gives you a nice, simple, quick, everyday look that's not boring. You know what I'm saying? You can just kind of juice them up a little bit, and I wasn't expecting to enjoy something so natural because, you know, I kind of go more on the extreme side with my makeup looks, but I am reaching for this all the time. The quality's good. I I'm a little about buying Too Faced at this point in time. I'm not a huge fan of some of the things that they've done in terms of their ownership and the what the people are doing, not the products themselves. But I like it. I almost regret that I like it, but I reach for it on a regular basis, and what can I say? I'm enjoying it. Oh, and I have one more brush. I picked this guy up on Amazon. It is, I can't even read it. Dough Color is the brand. I will link it down below. I link all of these products down below, and it is just like a contour brush, or you could use it as a highlight brush. It's really super soft, but it's just firm enough to work for a contour. It blends contour out very nicely, and it was cheap. It was like $8, and it's so freaking pretty. Like, sparkles. I mean, here. I went to the dollar store yesterday. I can't control myself. So I am loving that brush. It is one of those things that not only do I look at it and it makes me happy, but it actually works really well. So, you know. Yeah. Oh, and hiding underneath the palettes, this last surprise favorite. This came in BoxyCharm. This was called the Unibrow Universal Brow Pencil, and it came in my BoxyCharm, and I thought, you know, this is way too light for me, but, you know, I'll give it a try, and I've been using it every single day. I'm wearing it today. Somehow, I don't know how, you know, if I draw it on my hand, it's too light, but when I draw it in my eyebrows, it's just right. The only thing I wish is that the tip was just a little bit more precise. It's one of those like chunky angled tips, and I find that as it wears down, it kind of gets a little too broad in the strokes that it draws, but I'm telling you, I'm using it every single day, and if that doesn't mean favorite, then I don't know what does. I have no complaints. It works really well. So there you have it. That concludes my August favorites and fails. Let me know what you guys have been enjoying this past month. I would love to check some of your favorites out and maybe avoid your fails. Leave me comments down below. Let me know what's going on in your world. And thanks a lot for taking some time out of your day to geek out over makeup with me. I appreciate it. Hope you guys all have an awesome day or night wherever you are in the world. Take care of each other. Bye-bye.